Hello. Hi everyone. Today we're gonna look for the Soapui automation for which the framework is created, uh, and the and the framework can run all the uh, test suite project, test case, and all these things. So I'll be explaining you step by step on how to implement the framework using Groovy scripting and also additional features. So I hope everyone is able to see the screen. So I'm just going for the SOAP UI requirement user guide. So like what we have to do is these are the steps to be followed and what is the expected output is given, and the folder and the file of test case runner and the SOAP UI code is done. Before looking on to what the actual framework is done and how to set up, we'll just first understand the uh, SOAP UI project hierarchy structure, so that we'll be able to clearly understand how to use the framework. So like as you can see, the SOAPUI is open, and then we have the projects and all this one by one. So I'm gonna open the SOAPUI project, SOAPUI automation. So this is a project, and this is your test suite, and this falls your test case. So in that in this test case you have 10 test steps. So this uh, test steps, if you go and check, we have multiple test steps. So request, rest request, JDBC request, properties, property transfer, conditional go to, run test case, groovy, delay, mock response, and the manual test step. So like all these are existing in the steps. So like these are the stuff we gonna see. So I have added one or two to just to show how it is. For every soap request, it will look in a generic way, like this is called the whistle and this is the request, and once it is executed we'll be getting the response. So this is the structure of soap UI. So like now uh, we will understand what we gonna do in the framework structure creation and what are the advantages. The main advantage of framework creation structure is, if you see, even in this project we have a lot of requests, and if you count, it will be more than 100 plus test steps are executing. And then whenever we execute manually, we have to disable, enable, then only we'll be able to run on the entire test suite or test project. So like this will become too much uh, tedious to do. And then also this response is displayed here, and later sometime we want to check, we cannot get this response again. And then even we have here a lot of logs, actually logs, errors, and all these things, which it is better to manage and to handle in an external file, so that it will be good. So, for reference we can take, and then we can see that also. So like this is the major advantage of getting in creation of a framework structure. So like before going to that, before going to the actual explanation, I'll just explain like what is the steps that we're going to follow. As per the steps to follow is, in the existing project environment, under the test steps, we have to create a Groovy script. I'll just explain what is a Groovy script and what to do. First and foremost is to create an Excel sheet. So like I have a test runner Excel just for you, the demo I have created. So this SOAP UI project, step by step, which we have here, as I explained the step by step, we should mention in the Excel sheet so that it will run correctly. So first, a status, project name, and then the suit name, and then the test case, and then the test step. And here in this column we are having the request XML. This request XML is the path where the SOAP request exists. Okay, so this is the structure we are going to maintain in the Excel. So like it is advised not to change the structures, so it will be more easy to run. So similarly we have yes, no statuses. So whenever I give an yes, it will run. Whenever if I give a no, this will not run. So for the entire project we can create as such in the complete Excel sheet, and then we can run, and then the result files will be uh, able to possibly get in an external notepad structure. This is the basic idea of the framework. So for this, first thing is we have created an Groovy scripting. uh, Hope you remember when I told about the test steps. Under this we'll be getting something called Groovy script. So this test step I have to add. So like once if you click, it will get added. So here I have added as framework Groovy. So this is what you have to create first, and this framework and this code inside the Groovy scripting is present in this same document as and named as user guide. For this, inside which you have this complete code, you have to just control all, control C, and then you have to paste in the Groovy scripting area. So once this is done, your Groovy is ready to execute. So and then now I'll explain you what I have uploaded here step by step. Is like this. For an example, I'll show the first one. So like this project is Soapui automation. Soapui automation is the project, and then you have update business FSD, and then you have success multiple chand ID, which you have the SOAP request. This is test case 1, and the request file for this is kept in this path. So this path I'll show you, just going here, and if you see the request, okay, it is under documents, project confidential, SOAP UI project. Here you have the request file folder in which I have maintained the SOAP UI request. And the most important thing is it should be an .xml file. So we should not make it into text format so that it will not execute. So like I have mentioned it in .xml format. So this for one step I have done. Second, I'll explain you which is under another project, CIBC APIC. So here I have another project structure where we have the CBIC, and then FX error message, and then you have API EPC 11 update, and then you have this test step and its corresponding SOAP request. So once this is done, I'm just saving the file Excel sheet, and then I'm closing it. So and then so this Groovy is ready and the Excel sheet is ready. So now I'm gonna run the framework Groovy, which we have already created. So once I have So once I have run, I am getting the log output. This I have created to mention where is the path of the file, where is the response file path, and then what is the response. Here the response is empty, so we have got response is empty. And then I have kept in the Excel only for one test case. I have kept it as yes. So it has given you as it has run only for one test case. So this is done. Now we'll check the output files what we have got. The output file is response file and the file path. Okay, the response file. Okay, let me check the path of it. This is the name of the file. Sorry to say, this is the name of the file. This is not the file. So I'm going here. Soapui, and you can see two files have been created for the exact test cases which we have created. Soapui automation, update fx builder, success, Soapui request, and okay. And in this you are getting Soapui fx builder. For the same test case you're getting something called response.text. So let me first open the first one. This is for the logs. So like here, the project name and all this are coming here. So even in the later part, when we just open it, we can easily identify it. And then the Soapui log, what we have got, and then the error log, what has generated at the time of it. So the complete thing has been noted, and then we are keeping it here. So apart then we have the response file for the same test step. It's created, it is showing as null. So the response has not been created. So in this way we can just run it for n number of test cases by just maintaining the Excel and doing all this step by step. So hope this explains it very clearly. One more time I'll just explain you the steps to be followed. Steps to be followed in the sense, in an existing project environment, under the test steps we are first creating a Groovy scripting, then the code which is shared in a Word document called as code configuration is just copy pasted there, and then we are creating an Excel with the test hierarchy as in the sample Excel of test runner, and then entering the data, the project name, the test suite name, the test case name, and the test step name, and then the column which has said yes, y and no for the test case to be executed. Then we are just clicking on the run button. So this creates two notepad files on the project path, one for the logs and the other for the response. So the names and inside everything is unique so that it is easy to identify the results and also the response. So in the later part of the development of this framework, once the response file is taken externally, this can be compared with an text comparison files, so that like we can compare the response externally outside Soapui also. So that will be attached in the framework in the later structure. Thanks for listening. uh, Thanks a lot.